Thank you, Madam Speaker. Please recognize Representative Miller to present the Veteran of the Week.
Representative Miller, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, it is my great privilege to introduce Kent McInnis as this week's Veteran of the Week from House District 82. He became an Air Force captain in 1969 after he graduated from OSU. During the Vietnam War. Kent earned his Air Force pilot wings in 1971 at Laredo Air Force Base, Texas, with a class proudly named the Rio River Rats, an homage to the real river rats who risked their lives flying missions over North Vietnam. In his career, he was an instructor pilot at Laredo Air Force Base, flying the T-37, an acting squadron commander, and later the combat logistics support at Tinker Air Force Base. But that's not all. Kent is also an author. He is currently working on his 5th publication, which is entitled Tales of the Rio River Rats, which is a history of the members of his pilot training class. This is coming out in 2025. It is based on after the American ground troops left Vietnam, but it was the Air Force and the Navy and his own pilot training class who were the last ones remaining in combat in South Vietnam to support the forces there. He collected their stories as well as his own film, photos, and journals. They became the sources for historical fiction that he writes today. He is married to the lovely Cheryl McInnis. She is a retired teacher of 43 years in both English, and she was a librarian. And when she was at Mustang, she taught with our very own State Representative Rhonda Baker. Raise your hand. There she is. We thank Kent for his service, and Mr. Speaker, will you please now have the clerk read the citation?
Clerk will read.
Whereas Kent McInnis, a resident of House District 82 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and served in the United States Air Force, achieved the rank of captain for distinguished service from 1969 to 1974. And whereas Kent McInnis, in his career, was an acting squadron commander in the 2,953rd Combat Logistics Support at Tinker Air Force Base, flew 100 missions north of the Red River into Oklahoma, and was a jet instructor pilot at Laredo Air Force Base in Texas. And whereas among the most honored of all those in public service are veterans who have protected all Americans from enemies, both foreign and domestic. And whereas the state of Oklahoma holds our veterans in highest esteem, and appreciates the sacrifices and contributions they have made to preserve our freedoms and way of life. Whereas the Oklahoma House of Representatives takes great pride in honoring you as Veteran of the Week. Now, therefore, pursuant to the motion of Representative Nicole Miller, and the state of Oklahoma extends to Kent McInnis sincere commendations and directs that this citation be presented.